Hey guys, so I want to talk to you guys and show you guys the 3-step system I used and still use to auto-recruit my downline of big producers, okay? And what I love most about this and why most people get into this with me is because I do it without friends or family even knowing that I'm in MLM. Actually, just the other day, my brother was asking me if I even do this. And I was like, oh yeah, you don't even know. Like it's so true. And I want you to have that as well because I, for a long time, became that guy. Anyway. A few things before we get started. Fair warning, please know I do not mean to offend anybody, okay? I will be making fun of the MLM industry though, okay? I will, a little bit. And we're gonna talk a lot about things that are not being taught inside of MLMs. If you failed at recruiting and selling in the past, I truly believe it is not your fault, okay? We're gonna go through why and how to fix it and how you can set all this stuff up for yourself, okay? Regardless of whatever industry you're in, whatever MLM you're in, whatever, I don't care what it is. This applies to all of them. Anyways, if you've been concerned in the past, like you can't sell, you can't succeed, it's my intense belief. It's an intense belief. I know it is, but it is uneducated uplines, uneducated corporations that want you to think that there's this magic phrase, right? This special thing that you can go out and say. And that's what I saw most of these other people teaching. There's this magic thing you can go out and say and it will magically get people inside your downline. That's crap, okay? I am not anti-upline. I am not anti the man, but I'm very much pro cash, right? And I'm going to be forward here and just let you know, please know I'm not slapping or anything, but the model that's being taught stereotypically in MLM right now is awkwardly anti-cash, right? I mean, how many of you guys have seen this before? I can see you guys popping over in the chat here. This is awesome. Will you tell us which one you were in? Not on this. Anyways, let's talk about that. Actually, someone just asked me that. Okay. Here's the elephant in the room. Okay. Please know the other thing is that I am in an MLM. I will not even be telling you the name of the one that I'm in, though. I do not want anyone to think that I'm here to recruit them because I'm not. Okay. I'm not even going to tell you the name of the one I'm in, but it's important for you to know that I am in one so that it's coming from the horse's mouth. Anyway. Right? It's where the rubber meets the road. I am actually doing the stuff that I am sharing with you, okay? I make the money like that. I just happen to share it also, and it's important for you to know that about me. That's important to me. Pisses me off when I find out people aren't actually freaking in it. And anyway, So anyways, like I said, the examples are going to come from my team. And what we're doing, what I'm really doing, but I'm not going to tell you what it is, okay? Also, there's a strong chance as we go through this that you're going to feel a sense of overwhelm, and that's a good thing, okay? It means your brain is ranking, okay? Anyway, earnings disclaimer, I have to say this for the crazies of the world, okay? Right, I finally figured out how to automate the recruiting and the product sales in my MLM, okay? And at first, frankly, I just wanted to cover some bills, but now, by comparison, I get 1 to 2 people per day asking to join my downline, people I've never met. Okay, it's freaking awesome. All right, I want you to know that. Be very clear. You're not going to do that just by watching this web class, and you'll be like, "No, does Stephen?" Well, okay, I got to say that for the crazies of the world, right? So anyway, excited for this. Let's go ahead and dive on in. Anyway, alrighty. Oh, this is cool. People are jumping in saying they're already, oh, that's cool. Super excited for you. All right, cool. All right, let's go and dive in. Hey, first, I want you to know that this stuff works. Here's an example. Bonnie and Dustin, I did not know who they were. They came to me and they said, we've always known, they said this to me, it's really cool. They said, we've always known the best way forward in succeeding to find somebody, right, in what you want to do and just follow them. You're like, well, duh, okay, right? Everyone knows that. But then this is the next thing they said. It said, following Stephen took months and months of the learning curve away. We set up a funnel on Sunday, we turned it on Monday, and we had somebody in our downline on Tuesday. And they sent that message to me, and I was like, yes, that's why I did this. I left my job over it. I'm very excited. They were so frustrated in their MLM. They had gone from opportunity to opportunity to opportunity. They had gone from selling this. Well, it must be that. Well, it must be this. Must be that. Must be this guru. Must be that teaching. And they went all over the place. And then when they sent this, I was like, oh, that's freaking incredible. So anyways, I'm very, very excited to share this with you guys. First of all, I want you to know, who's this for? Okay. I want you to know this works if you have an existing home business, right? Existing downline. Okay? And a lot of people have existing downlines. They will double what they're doing quickly with this stuff. Okay. And then it's also for people if you don't have one yet, if you're brand new. We have people that join any MLM just because after they see there's finally a way to do it without becoming that guy. Okay. And again, this is where I'm asking you to put the thick skin on a little bit and know that, yes, I am going to make fun of it, but I am also here because I want to help you guys. Okay. So anyway, my goal for this web class, just so you guys know, this is really it. I want you to know that the only way to really grow your MLM business, especially in today's internet saturated world, is by learning how to market through funnel automation. Okay. And number two, you've got to know that the only place to learn this stuff is through a program, Secret MLM Hacks. Okay, is that okay? I know that this is, I know this is big for me to say that. It is. It's large for me to say that. I believe that there is not an MLM that is represented in this audience who cannot blow up in the next 90 days using this, though. Okay, I believe that. I know I have people all over the place. I don't care what MLM you're in. If you like it, stay in it. Okay, I'm not here to convince you otherwise. Okay. Anyway, so just so I know you guys are all there still, who wants to learn this though? You guys excited for this? I'm excited to jump on and show you guys what I'm talking about here a little bit more. Oh, you guys are blowing up all over the place. So sweet. Cool. Marie said, these slides are awesome. Presentation on fleek. Deborah said, yes. Marie said, let's go. Ready. Boom. Armstrong said, do it. Ready, set, go. Preach, preach. Coach Ivan, let's do it. Super excited. Sweet. Cool, guys. All right, let's go ahead and dive into this. This is going to be a lot of fun, okay? Now, first of all, some of you guys might be asking, because I do run a lot of ads for this, because I'm trying to change the MLM industry. It's a big goal, but it's working. And we're just churning and burning right now. So I know some of you guys have no idea who I am. So you're like, hey, Mr. Steve, huge eyeballs Larsen, who are you? Okay. I was the lead funnel builder at ClickFunnels for almost 2 years. I sat next to Russell Brunson and built all those funnels out, right? And we went and I originally created with him the 2 Common Club coaching program. I was the only coach. I had 675 students, and we made a lot of millionaires out of that. Got a chance to rub shoulders with a lot of very amazing individuals. I mean, you see the picture there. Tony Robbins was really cool. Got to sat down with him basically one-on-one for a while. It was a bunch of fun. And anyway, what I want you to know that what you're about to learn is so huge. It got a shout out at Grant Cardone's last event, which was 8,500 people. Okay, and specifically what I'm about to show you. Okay. And it was cool. I didn't know they were going to freaking name drop this stuff and me. It's really awesome. Anyway, so I'm excited to show you this. I run a podcast called Secret MLM Hacks Radio, and then another one called Sales Funnel Radio. I'm very, very, very obsessed over this world. In fact, last night somebody was telling me that I should probably find some other things to do as well. And I was like, I don't know what else to do. This is what I do. This is a picture of my family. We have 2 little girls, and we have a 3rd girl on the way. Very excited, due in like 6 weeks, which we're very, very pumped about. And anyway, this whole thing kind of starts with family, honestly. I just like that picture too. That's my 4-year-old. She's supposed to be a flower girl at a wedding, and she's picking her nose in the middle of it. Anyway, all right. Hey, so this is we've been married for 6.5 years now, right? I know. My wife's hot. Hey, so we've been married for 6.5 years now. And when we first got married, it was the standard story, right? We had nothing. We had a little apartment. That's actually it right there. We had $1,000 to our name, and we were in love. We were excited. We were everything was peachy. There was one giant problem though. We had nothing. Okay, this is a picture again of that apartment. 3 weeks after we got married, it was like Christmas time. You see the stockings there. I literally took a Crayola crayon and I drew a fireplace on the butcher paper and put it up there. We had so little money, and but we were trying to make it work. And when we, I'm sure you guys can relate to this, by the way, right? I'm sure you guys, somebody else has related to this and been there before. And anyway, we started, and we were starting our journey together. And we moved to a new town, new city. Neither of us had jobs, and neither of us had really any savings. We had $1,000 between us, but frankly, we couldn't last a month. And I was going to school still. My wife was already graduated. And he said, this is, when we first, 6.5 years ago now. And I remember it very vividly. I started coming home each day, and my wife was still in bed. And I was like, what's going on? You okay? She's like, oh yeah, no, I'm fine. And I come back again. The next day, she's still in bed. And she's like, no, I'm fine. And this happened for a while. I was like, something's wrong. Like, what is it? And I finally, it's just so hard for me to tell. Oh my gosh, I've told this so many times. I found out, like, I coaxed it out of her, okay, that she was still, I was like, why you stay in bed? And she goes, she told me she had been eating 1 meal a day. And she was very physically weak and could not get out of bed because of the lack of energy, because she was only eating 1 meal a day because we didn't have any money. And I will tell you, as a man, that wrecks you, okay? Men get a lot of their sense of identity based on whether or not they can provide, right? And so it started it destroyed me, it wrecked me. And she was staying in bed, and I was not providing. right? And didn't mean to get that vulnerable here, but anyway, so it was super hard for me to get just through the days. And she was like making my lunches, guys, and stuff like that while she was too weak to like move. And anyway, so I was like, man, I got to do something. And most successful people I found usually have some kind of story like that. Anyway, so I went and I was like, I got to get money somehow, right? And I was like, let's just go borrow money or something. Like I'm in school, like I don't have time to work very much right now. And so I found out we get student loans, but the loans weren't gonna come for like 6 weeks, right? It was like 4 to 6 weeks, and I was like, holy crap. To lighten the mood a little, I was like, we're gonna be dead next week. We didn't have any money, and there was no other place to get it, and we like $500 was stolen from us for something. I mean, it was crazy, guys. It's just nuts. The most stressful scenario I've ever been in my life. And so I decided I would do something I never, ever was culturally taught to do at growing up, which was to call my dad and ask for money. We just did not do that growing up. We were not poor, but we were not rich either. And we all worked hard. And that's actually the room that I went to. I think that was the room, if I remember right, on campus. I went to campus and I hid and locked myself in this room. And I called my dad and I said, I remember I was pacing around, and I still remember there was like the hum of the vent, the air vent that was in that room. It's kind of dark. I remember it was like kind of weird green carpet. It wasn't carpeted very well. It looked kind of weird. And I like took my shoes off, everything. I was pacing around, I was like sweating, and I made the call. I was like, Dad, she's only eating one meal a day. And, I was kind of crying, and I said, we got money coming. Would you just float us like $3,000? We know the money's coming. Just float us like $3,000. We'll pay you back as soon as the money comes. And there's a long pause on the phone. And I love my dad forever for saying this. And I still remember the voice, guys. This was a life-changing experience for me. He said, son, no. If I give you this money now, you will not exhaust resources that you didn't know you had. That's exactly what he said. I mean, come on, seriously, what a sweet dad. I mean, that's awesome. He cried, I cried. It was an amazing experience, but it put this fire in the gut that most entrepreneurs do not learn to get. Okay, and I started running. I did. I started running. I started doing stocks, options, real estate. I did residential, commercial. In like these 3 to 6 month swings, I did everything I could even imagine, right? 2 summers of door-to-door sales, of telemarketing, ebooks, websites. I was a traffic driver for Paul Mitchell, okay? I did 17 businesses. I counted the other day. 17 before something stuck. And I just started running. I don't frankly know how we made it through those like few weeks. I think the money showed up early. I think that's why we were able to, and it shocked us or something. But like, oh my gosh, that was stressful. Like, oh, right. But I started running, and all of a sudden, right, a little bit after we were married, right, this is all the stuff I did in the past little while here, but like about a year after we were married, my buddy called me and he goes, hey dude, we were always trying to outdo each other. And he goes, hey dude, and he called it the standard script. Dude, you guys know this, right? Let me know. I'm sure you guys recognize the script. Let me know if you know what I'm talking about. Okay. He said, dude, this guy's going to help us make a bunch of money. I don't really know how, but you got to talk to him. Let me 3-way you in, right? That was the pitch. Anyone seen that before, right? I've done the pitch. I'm sure you've all done the pitch before, right? We've all done it. Anyway, so I was like, no, man, there's no way I'm going to do this. This is terrible. This is one of those freaking MLM schemes, isn't it? This is a pyramid scheme. That was what my attitude was towards it at the time. And he's like, no, man, no. And I said, no. He called me back. He's like, you will be great at this. And I was like, you know what? My pride still hurts. I don't feel like I'm providing still. Shoot, what's another thing? Let's just do it, right? And I joined. And like the next day I got in the car and I drove over to this obscure building and I pulled on up to go meet the guy in my upline. Some other, one of the guys 2 layers above me. And I go and I meet him. And I remember it was like this weird, it was a weird building. It was like from a scene of a movie. I remember I walked in, it was like this weird white building, walked in, it was a huge room, abnormally large room. And like most of the lights were off except like for like the one area where he and I were going to sit in this desk in front of this massive, it was weird. Okay. And we sat down and he goes, hey, and I know he had great intentions. What he said next, I do not blame him for. He said, hey, do you want to be successful in this? I said, absolutely. He said, I want to teach